Now that our heads are calm, everything is settled. The dust is settled. Let's discuss, how did you make of the game? Because I believe what we saw yesterday, it was surprising. But it is a concern for Kaizer Chiefs. We're gonna choose games that you would want to play, sacrifice other games. Doesn't make sense. Sanibonani football lovers, welcome to PK Sports. Igama lami Nkosi. Ngithembe ukuthi nikahle, niyaphila. Danko. Yesterday I couldn't make a video because internet yamba vele nje bayishangu shut down. I don't know, there's somewhere la khona benze khona mistake, so the distributor emoshekile. So it simply means ukuthi namanje ngenza video ngiyahamba ngiya ku Cameron, as you know ukuthi ngiphuma ngaphansi kwesandla sakhe, ngiyozama ukuthi angi-uploadise ukuze sizokwazi ukudiscuss. But I think the highlight of the game, it was how exposed we were at the back and how we couldn't finish off our chances and how the ref was against the Kaizer Chiefs. But asikho lapho, kwenzekile kufana nokudaliwe. Cela ningisize ke ngokulike nokusubscribe to the channel if awaka subscribe. Sometimes I believe ukuthi what is your weakness becomes your strength. You see, in this video we're going to discuss about a Bradley Cross, a Paseka Marco, and Mfundo Vilakazi. But first, we have to make things clear. Comparison between players that are playing for the same team, it is important because you get to understand in a player, what do you get and what you do not get in that player, their strengths and their weaknesses. I remember once Coach Nasreddin Nabi once said in that left back, he wants a full back that is a specialist. And so far, Kaizer Chiefs haven't found that kind of a player. The one that is able to balance between attacking and defending. Because Ushinga, we haven't seen much of him. We cannot decide about him. But the ones that we already seen enough about them. A Bradley Cross, defensively, he's good. Offensively, he's not offering Kaizer Chiefs that much. Paseka Marco, offensive, he's good. Defensively, he's not offering Kaizer Chiefs that much because the opponents always target him whenever we play him in that left back position. So that's why I've said sometimes what it is your weakness becomes your strength. A Bradley Cross, we know in terms of speed, he's not good, and going forward and trying to recover, it will affect his game. So that's why most of the time it doesn't cross the center line for Kaizer Chiefs. And that's where Upule Mori gets to assist him in terms of trying to mark, especially if he's facing opponents that have speed. So as a primary role as a defender, what is important is for you to help the team defend. That's what Bradley Cross gives the Kaizer Chiefs. Especially with the system that we are using. If you attack, there's three that gets to remain. It's Msimangu, a McCarthy, a Bradley Cross, or a Miguel, a McCarthy, a Bradley Cross, or a Kunika, a Miguel, a Bradley Cross. Because Monyane is the one that has to be busy on that touchline. But in a game whereby you start the Monyane and Paseka Marco, simply means you'll have two at the back. Because both fullbacks love to overlap. And they don't have the timing of coming back in time. And that's what affected the Kaizer Chiefs against the Solele FC. And not only in that game, the other games also, I believe the game where Kaizer Chiefs got knocked out in the CAF Confederation Cup, we suffered the very same fate. Paseka Marco, we know he has vast experience when it comes to playing that left back position, but His weakness is tracking back. His weakness is his height, because they always play the ball over him and then they try by all means to outrun him. We saw yesterday. And for the fact that I didn't have internet, I don't know what was the reason for Bradley Cross not to be included in that game. And maybe something happened, he had a knock, got injured. Maybe that's an acceptable reason, but I don't know, because ngisalinde ukuthi kulungiswe i-internet. But I believe ukuthi uPaseka Marco didn't play for the longest of time, and he doesn't understand the movements that are being made by that back four, because I believe ukuthi the second goal, he didn't read ukuthi, okay, this is the line, this is where I'm supposed to be. He was the one that kept our players as well onside, because he didn't keep his line, I believe. And it's not fair ukuthi we will single out players because the team has lost, but it is something we need to raise because it is concerning. Because this is not the time for experiments, to be honest. But what happened yesterday is that Iswelele knew, okay, Kaizer Chiefs today defensively, they won't be that solid, because obviously they will remain with two players, and Okele didn't do justice in his position as a CDM, because he was the one that was supposed to go back and feel where Umunyane is not available, feel where Umarco is not available, but he was caught wanting also, and he lost a lot of position, which I believe contributed to how Kaizer Chiefs played. Even the middle of the park, there was no cohesion. That's why when we lose the ball in the middle of the park, we get attacked straight away. So it simply means le specialist abasifunayo ku left back ekusazothatha isikhathi ukuthi basithole, that is going to be able to balance offensively and defensively. But uMarco, I believe he is a player that you can rely on, but it's all about how you use him in order to get the best out of him. When you have uMarco, kumele kube no Ox as a CTM, because I believe we were very exposed. We were lucky nje we didn't concede more than 2 goals, because even Brendan Peterson naye stood his ground, even though he conceded 2, but you could tell beseke kudlala inkani manje. And the games where Kaizer Chiefs looked like they were exposed, it's where the goalkeepers performed the most, because they are trying not to make Kaizer Chiefs look like it is a team that was nowhere to be found. But to be honest, the game plan of Iswelele was well executed. Sometimes we complain about our team, but we fail to give credit to the opponent. And obviously, I know the co-coaches will be the ones that are going to be blamed, but that's the topic for another day. But here I wanted to highlight how exposed we were, especially against Iswelele at the back. It's because of the 2 fullbacks that we had and the reactive action from our defenders. The goal we considered versus Orlando Pirates, that's how we also considered against Iswelele. Brendan Peterson makes a save, but the defenders are switched off. They don't react in time. So yenye into engibonile ukuthi isasibulala. Then asuke lapho, let's talk about Umfundo Vilakazi. I've been hearing a lot of complaints that these coaches are not taking us seriously. They are not playing Umfundo Vilakazi, of which I believe Umfundo Vilakazi is a game changer for Kaizer Chiefs, good talent for Kaizer Chiefs. But there's one thing you have to also mention when you talk about Umfundo Vilakazi. For the fact that he's one-dimensional, he's easily predictable. And for the fact that he's not playing a full 90 minutes and most of the game is not a start, it is because there's a reason for that. And I've managed to pick it out for the games that Kaizer Chiefs have played, especially the ones that were physical. Because once they start with the game, you know very well ukuthi mayikali game, energy sesekhona to our opponents. They can get in battles, they can track him down because they know ukuthi uyinkinga. But mabam introducer ngaboma 70 sewakhathela ama opponents. Amanye they don't feel the need to go on challenges with him. And another thing I've realized ukuthi the way he plays, he's a winger that doesn't make ama runs umfundo Vilakazi. Is a winger that is one dimensional. Every time he receives a ball wide, he wants to drips inside. And what Iswelele FC defenders did yesterday, they allowed him to drip inside and then they kept on depriving him that opportunity to see the goalpost up until he went wide to Abovele Bahe. Because they know that's how he plays. Mlete phakathi, he will try to shoot even if he doesn't pick the spot, but for the fact uyakhahlel. And you see ukuthi he's still young, the way he makes those decisions. Yena, he might be able to make something out of nothing for Kaizer Chiefs, but also there needs to be a cohesion. Because one thing I've realized about the team Kaizer Chiefs is like whenever they are playing, they just release the ball for the sake ukuthi alihambe enyaweni ukuthi liyakubani abayingeni abalivuleli ibhola number 1. They don't run into spaces whereby ukuthi there's a threat. Instead ukuthi makumele baye lapha nabafuna ukureversa, and then ama opponents they relax because they know ukuthi there's no danger if uSilva kumele abuye back azo receive ibhola ku zone number 11. There's no pressure there. Against Orlando Pirates they did the same thing. They are not running into the right spaces. uDuba uzofuna ukuvula ispace ukuthi ngifuna ukuya lapha. Instead ukuthi uMonyane ayenzeni ayeboxini ufuna uku-attack at the very same space. It's the same thing abayenza njalo. That's why ukuthi when you hear people complaining ukuthi Kaizer Chiefs they play but they don't show ukuthi there's a structure. They don't show ukuthi what they are doing. There are patterns in how they attack. That's why you'd see with players like Abovele Baye angeke ubone umsebenzi wabo because it seems like most of them they look like they are not being coached the right way. They are not used the right way. And we always complain when the team loses, but when the team wins, we tend to avoid that because all is well, we are winning. That's what we need. But is there sustainability in how we play? That's the big question.